It would be fire to be able to both live like Kylie and also save the planet, but you can't do both. Last year, when Australia was devastated by wildfires, Greta reminded us that we still fail to make the connection between the climate crisis and increased extreme weather events. Kylie, too, was moved by the disaster and tweeted about how the loss of animal life breaks her heart. Then she quickly followed up with a post of her new $1,500 Louis Vuitton mink slippers. It's always so sad when fire potential slippers.
Bill Maher has accused climate change advocates of exaggerating the crisis and distorting the truth. On Real Time with Bill Maher, the sharp-tongued comedian took aim at those who treat climate action as a trend rather than recognizing it as the urgent global issue it truly is. This isn't about flashy rallies, catchy slogans, or social media fame, he warned. It's about actually safeguarding our planet. Maher emphasized the need for genuine leaders rather than online personalities seeking attention. With his trademark bite, he declared, "We need heroes, not influencers chasing clouds." And with that, Maher set off a spark, one that promises to heat up the conversation. Get ready. The temperature is about to rise.
The climate conference is underway in Glasgow, Scotland, and Greta Thunberg has once again shown the world that she is the conscience of her generation. Someone must tell her, you may be the conscience of your generation, but you don't represent it. I really wish you did, Greta, but you don't. But I can show you who does. Greta, you have 13 million followers on Instagram, which is great. But Kylie Jenner has 279 million, which is more. I mean, seriously, who is the real influencer in that generation? The model citizen or the model? The young woman who refuses to fly or the one who refuses to fly commercial? You see what I'm saying? Greta gets where she's going on a sailboat powered by the wind. Kylie takes a private jet powered by Exxon. And she's 21 times more popular.
What Maher is truly pointing out is this: Greta Thunberg is fighting an uphill battle for the planet, yet her core message often gets overshadowed. Instead of focusing on her mission, the spotlight tends to fall on those sabotaging her cause. Celebrities who preach sustainability while attending lavish events and flying in private jets have turned environmental awareness into a spectacle. Meanwhile, Thunberg takes the harder route, crossing oceans without relying on fossil fuels, all to reduce her own carbon footprint. The irony is staggering. Those flaunting luxury lifestyles and contradictions gain millions of followers and endless praise, while genuine effort is quietly acknowledged but rarely celebrated. Maher isn't mocking Greta. He's drawing a clear line between performative green gestures and authentic activism.
Against comfort or capitalism, I'm fond of both. And I give Kylie credit. She's built a massive business empire without ever releasing a sex tape. And like her dad, she's a self-made woman. But Kylie embodies and embraces a lifestyle that is pretty much the opposite of carbon neutral. And the younger generations love it. Last week, Kylie posted a tour of her shoe closet, which houses well over 1,000 pairs. She also has entire rooms of things she only's worn once. I don't think Greta would approve of that.
Maher believes much of the responsibility lies with the public itself. He argues that the glitter and allure of celebrity life draw more attention than the serious issues shaping the planet's future. It's far easier, he notes, to like a pop star's vacation post than to spend a few minutes reading about rising sea levels. In a culture obsessed with fame, style often eclipses substance. Maher paints a vivid picture. Imagine a pop star performing in the same city where a climate activist is hosting a conference. Which one pulls the crowd? Of course, the concert. Meanwhile, the activist's words echo in a half-empty room, no matter how urgent their message. Maher's point couldn't be clearer. Awareness isn't the problem. Attention is. Real change will only begin when people care more about the planet than the personalities that entertain them.
People always claim to be more concerned about climate change than other generations, but they don't act like it. They throw around buzzwords like sustainable and shame people who forget to bring a cloth bag to Trader Joe's, but one of their favorite YouTubers is Mr. Beast, who's famous for stunts like, I gave my 40 millionth subscriber 40 cars. Jason Derulo celebrated his 22nd millionth follower by eating 22 hamburgers. The cognitive dissonance between planet-destroying conspicuous consumption and planet-saving rhetoric is breathtaking. You say you love Greta and her message, but everything else you love is a climate disaster. Far from rejecting consumerism, young people are so obsessed with labels that venerable fashion houses like Balenciaga have pivoted from selling couture dresses to rich women to selling baseball hats to teenagers.
Bill Maher is absolutely right. Far too many people claim to care about the planet, but fail to act on their own words. They share photos of melting glaciers, post about sustainability, and flood timelines with hashtags. Yet their daily choices tell a different story. The same individuals who criticize corporations for polluting the air often fly frequently, drive fuel-hungry cars, and leave their lights on at home. It's environmentalism without commitment, a polished kind of activism that looks impressive online but achieves little in reality. Maher's message cuts deep. You can't harm the earth through your lifestyle and still claim to cherish it. Real change doesn't come from slogans or trending posts. It comes from consistency, responsibility, and genuine effort. Until people start living by the principles they promote, global discussions about saving the planet will remain just that, talk.
Something, get the money to pay $400 for a hat that borrows the Bernie Sanders logo because you're like a socialist and stuff? From mommy and daddy, of course, those huge assholes who ruined the planet. Oh, and also maybe by trading Bitcoin, the mining of which is worse for the environment than actual mining. Cryptocurrency uses more energy than Netflix, Apple, Facebook, Microsoft, and Google combined, and more than some entire nations. And yet young people could not love it more if it came with a side of avocado toast.
Ironically, the younger generation, the so-called eco-warriors, may be doing more harm to the planet than the older generations they so often criticize. They're quick to point fingers at those who lived through the industrial boom, blaming them for today's environmental challenges. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Many of these self-proclaimed activists don't actually live sustainably. Their habits, constant online shopping, fast fashion, frequent air travel, and energy-hungry gadgets, create a massive carbon footprint. They talk endlessly about sustainability but struggle to give up the conveniences of modern luxury. Maher's observation hits home. Awareness alone isn't enough. The younger crowd may be louder in their advocacy, but that doesn't make them better caretakers of the earth. Despite the hashtags and polished green image, they're often repeating the same mistakes, just with better marketing.
Of crypto buyers are either millennials or Gen Z, which makes it ring a little hollow when you're out there chanting for us to put the planet ahead of profits. And what do crypto fans say about this? They say, well, yes, it uses too much energy now, but in the future, oh yeah, the future, that's right. Same thing my generation said. Let them handle it in the future. I'll get mine now. Like Bitcoin. The smartphone is a huge contributor to carbon emissions because the cloud isn't an actual cloud, of course. It's a vast network of servers using energy. And all that liking and following and subscribing requires lots of fossil fuels. And yet you would need the jaws of life to pry a phone out of the hands of anyone under 30.
Maher argues that cryptocurrency miners are among the biggest offenders. These digital fortune seekers consume staggering amounts of electricity to generate virtual money, sometimes more energy than entire countries use. Yet they're often the first to lecture others about environmental responsibility. Maher calls out the contradiction. How can you claim to care about the planet when your servers devour megawatts of power every hour? Their defense will rely less on fossil fuels in the future. But what about right now? The planet can't afford to wait for those distant promises. As Maher sharply puts it, it's like pledging to rebuild your house after setting it ablaze. His criticism is clear. It's not about distant goals, it's about present accountability. If we're destroying the environment today, there won't be much left to save tomorrow.
Convince Gen Z and millennials to give up their phones? A pollster once asked. 43% said it would take $5 million to give up their phone. 1 in 10 said they'd sacrifice a finger for it. That deserves a high 4.
But why should I have to give up my phone? Of course, everyone wants to help the planet. That's not in question. Yet in today's world, staying connected with friends, family, and work is essential. My phone isn't just a luxury. It's my link to communication, learning, and livelihood. Yes, saving the environment requires sacrifice, but that doesn't mean people should be shamed into abandoning every modern comfort. The issue isn't owning a phone. It's how we use it, how we dispose of it, and how it's made. Instead of pretending that complete disconnection is the solution, we should focus on smarter manufacturing, stronger recycling efforts, and cleaner sources of power. Giving up technology won't halt climate change. Responsibility and innovation will. As Mahar emphasizes, what we need isn't extreme overcorrection but thoughtful balance. In a reasonable world, technology and accountability can move forward together.
Fire to be able to both live like Kylie and also save the planet, but you can't do both. Last year, when Australia was devastated by wildfires, Greta reminded us that we still fail to make the connection between the climate crisis and increased extreme weather events. Kylie, too, was moved by the disaster and tweeted about how the loss of animal life breaks her heart. Then she quickly followed up with a post of her new $1,500 Louis Vuitton mink slippers. It's always so sad when fire potential slipper.
It's always disheartening when something meant to symbolize care ends up backfiring, like slippers that can catch fire. That image perfectly captures the difference between two kinds of activists. True activism isn't about fame or comfort. It's about commitment, sacrifice, and real action. One is willing to give up convenience, popularity, and ease if that's what it takes to stay true to her mission. The other treats environmentalism less as a cause and more as a stage. Even when she posts about people losing their homes to extreme weather, the spotlight somehow shifts back to her. It becomes less about compassion and more about presentation. Grief framed with the perfect caption and filter. Maher's message is unmistakable. While one activist is genuinely protecting the planet, the other is busy protecting her image. In an age dominated by performative gestures, that difference matters more than ever.
To make a choice here, do you want to be progressive or excessive? Team drastic or team plastic? When Kylie's lifestyle becomes uncool and unpopular, and you stop loving Bitcoin and stop thinking that stuffing your face is harmless, I'll take you seriously. Until then, shut the fuck up about how older generations ruin the planet.
On this point, I completely agree with Maher. Young people should pause before lecturing others until they're ready to live by their own words. Take Greta Thunberg, for instance. The message shouldn't just be shared online, it should be lived. It's easy to talk about sustainability while typing on a phone built in a factory that pollutes rivers. They often blame baby boomers and millennials for environmental damage. Yet when it comes to wastefulness, excess, and contradiction, many are equally, if not more, responsible. Posting videos about saving the earth while constantly shopping for fast fashion or streaming endlessly isn't advocacy, it's performance. Maher's message couldn't be clearer. Stop talking and start doing. Don't claim to speak for the planet unless you're willing to make genuine sacrifices. To simplify your life, travel less, and truly reduce your footprint. Real change doesn't come from moral grandstanding. It's born from consistent, everyday action.
Boomers dropped the ball on the environment. We did. We dropped it like it was hot. And for that, I can only say, whoops. Yeah, you're right, we dropped it. But have you picked it up? I wish your generation was better than mine. I really do. But the sad truth is, we're completely the same. Lots of talk, and at the end of the day, hopelessly seduced and addicted to pigging out on convenience, luxury, and consumption. So that's it. You can either be the fake tits and private jet generation or the one that saves the planet. But you can't be both, because fake tits are not biodegradable.
In his closing thoughts, Mar issues a direct challenge to the younger generation, a call for them to decide how they'll be remembered in history. Will they follow Greta Thunberg's path, valuing conviction over comfort, or mirror the celebrities who preach sustainability while living extravagantly? Maher isn't asking for more awareness. He's asking for honesty. Wearing eco-friendly slogans or reposting statistics isn't enough. He's urging young people to prove their commitment through genuine effort, not online gestures. The world doesn't need more influencers making promises. It needs people willing to act, even when no one is watching. Maher's message serves both as a challenge and a warning. Stop hiding behind social media activism. You can't hashtag your way out of a dying planet. His critique goes far beyond calling out hypocrisy. It's a wake-up call. Climate change isn't a trend or a branding opportunity. It's a crisis demanding serious, sustained action. From celebrity double standards to generational contradictions, Maher exposes the gap between words and reality. His message to young people is crystal clear. Choose your path. Either live with purpose and discipline like Greta Thunberg, or admit that comfort outweighs conscience. The world doesn't need another trending cause. It needs real dedication. Because in the end, talk won't save the earth. Only truth and action will. And with that, we wrap up today's video. If you'd like to see more content like this, remember to hit like and subscribe to the channel.